All right, today I want to talk to you about the flexibility in reselling and how it can be good and bad for you. And before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. I put out 2 to 3 reseller related videos per week, so make sure you get those in the inbox by hitting that subscribe button for me. One of the best parts of reselling online is the level of flexibility that you have over your business and over your life when it comes to it. Now, my previous life, I worked a typical 8 to 5 corporate job, and there's not much flexibility when it comes to that, right? You need to be there 8 to 5, making sure you're able to answer questions, go to meetings, do whatever, and you're not able to have that flexibility of like, oh, maybe I need my pest control guy to come out and spray for me during this hour. Right, you need to be able to figure out how you get them there early in the morning or on the weekend. And with that, you're not building your job around your life, you're building your life around your job. Now, as a reseller, you're able to build your job around your life, and that's one of the really great aspects about being a reseller. Now, for myself, being married and having a child, I'm able to build my business around dropping my son off at school and picking him up in the evenings. I'm also able to build it around whether he's having soccer practice or doing swimming or whatever type of events that he may have. So that is like a major positive of being a reseller, is that you have that flexibility of building your schedule out just based upon what your personal life preferences and items and all the stuff that you have going on at that time. Now, the downfall to that is you're able to have as much flexibility as you want, right? In a corporate job, you're working 8 to 5. You need to be there during that time block. You need to be thinking about those tasks at that time. As a reseller, if you have like maybe 6 different things going on during the day that's not reseller related, you're going to be changing your context of what you're doing throughout the day many more times than you probably would have been in a normal 8 to 5 job. And by you changing the context of what you're doing, you're being less efficient with your day and with your job just because you're moving from one thing to the next way too frequently throughout the day. And that could get you into the habit of working way too much because you're changing too often. You're not being efficient with your time. You're just, going back and forth between different tasks. Forgetting where you left off and coming back to it. And with that flexibility that you have of being able to build your job around your life events, that could really be detrimental for you because you may feel like, oh, I have 24 hours in the day to play with, and I'm going to play with all of those hours. And for myself, that actually happened to me because as I was growing my business, I was spending more and more time, whether it was sourcing, I was spending like 4 to 5 days a week sourcing for like 4 to 5 hours. I was listing at night for probably about 4 hours after my family went to bed. I was getting to bed after midnight just from listing items, prepping items, all that type of stuff. And then waking up again the next morning early to take my son to school, starting it over, doing the whole just process over and over and over again. And that really burns you out after a long period of time. So for myself, I had to take a step back. I had to look at what was really impacting me. I decided I need to be more efficient during my days and during my weeks, understand how I could pare back some of my hours that I was not wasting, but maybe not being efficient with during the day. And for myself, I looked at my biggest chunks, which were sourcing, and I decided I'm going to take those down from 4 to 5 days a week and do 2 to 3 days a week and see how that works. I was strategic with it. I looked at the days where I was most profitable going out sourcing, the routes which worked best for me, and I decided that I was going to stick to a schedule based on those criteria. And after that, I looked at the next highest priority thing that I had, which was listing, and I still decided I'm going to list every day of the week. I feel like, especially for eBay, if you're consistent listing every day of the week, your store is going to do the best. So for myself, I set myself a standard of what I want to list every day, and I try not to go too much past that unless it's the weekend and I have a lot of time. I'm just watching TV and my family's playing iPad or whatever. So for those days, I look at a dollar criteria that I'm going to list each of those days and try to do that as efficient as possible. Now, all the other things that are key to being a reseller, such as prepping items, testing them, cleaning them, taking pictures, those are all being batched on different days from my sourcing. So on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, those are the days that I will look to batch those in. And ideally, I will be doing big batches of them at a time. Testing, I try to do twice a week right now for items because usually I have to return stuff within a week. So I try to not have to test everything at once, and I'll do one on the weekend and one during midweek of testing. For prepping, taking pictures, I try to do those on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just so I have constant inventory that I'm going to be able to list. And shipping, I do every weekday, just immediately when I get back from dropping off my son at school. So far, since I've been batching stuff like this and looking at being more efficient with my time, I do feel like I am actually succeeding for it. Like my store inventory level is actually the highest it's ever been. My ASP is the highest it's ever been, and I'm having to actually process a lower amount of inventory because I'm sourcing better at the same time, just by going on better times of the day and week. And all that leads me to having extra time and actually getting extra sleep. I've been able to focus on making videos like this. I've been able to spend time with my family, watch movies, TV shows that we like to together, take my son to his different practices, all that type of stuff, take him to and from school. So I'm getting even more flexibility than I had before, just because I took the step back and looked at how my schedule was structured, or wasn't structured at all, because I was just doing it whenever I wanted to on a whim. And now, by being more efficient, by blocking everything off, I've been able to kind of take back my schedule, give myself a schedule, because as a reseller, you know, there is no schedule unless you want to make one. So the last thing that I need to do, and I haven't done it yet, is I'm going to put these like all down into a sheet for myself to look at a schedule that I'm going to be trying to follow permanently going forward. I'll look to review this probably once a month and see how it's working, but since I've been doing this for about the last month or so, everything seems to be fitting in place right now. I just need to add a few other things, especially when it comes to making YouTube videos in there, just to make sure that I put enough time on that. I'm not like editing late at night. I want to be able to edit a little bit earlier during the day, make videos during the day a little bit more often, and just what other fun stuff that I feel like I should add into my schedule. So the last thing I have to look at is making this schedule permanent. I'm going to be doing that over the next week, and I'll probably be reviewing what my schedule looks like on a monthly basis and see what needs to be tweaked, what needs to be eliminated, what did I forget to put in it, all those type of things, because it's always evolving. Your business is always evolving. Your family life is always evolving. So you just always need to constantly look at it to improve it. So I hope this video helped you guys out. For myself, it's just nice to talk through it, especially because it's been an ongoing process for myself. I love the flexibility of being a reseller, but I also now understand that flexibility comes at a price. Sometimes you could go off the deep end, burn yourself out way too much. And right now, for myself, I'm trying to claw that back and making sure I'm being more efficient than I've ever been before. I'm selling more than I've ever been before, have more listed, have a better ASP, but I'm also doing it in less amount of time. So that's really the juxt of all of this is, be as efficient as you can and be more profitable for every minute of your day. So thank you guys for joining me once again. I appreciate you guys coming in and watching this video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Also hit the like button, because it'll really help me out. It'll let me know what type of hacks that you are doing right now to improve your efficiencies just throughout the day. What do you do for accountability, or just anything else that's helping you, just stay focused, whether it's on personal life or your reselling business. So thank you once again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.